Hey you guys, it's me, Sion here. So I had to take a mental health break from reading this book because the information in this book is pretty crazy, and reading this book about the government's agendas and plans and stuff like that kind of makes me aggravated a little bit, because the things that the government are claiming to be doing to the American people are the exact things that America has been doing to Black people to oppress them. And people constantly gaslight us as if we're just imagining our own oppression. And that is just like very frustrating to me. And but I continued reading this, so if you haven't already, please watch my video titled America is Brainwashed before you watch this one, because I'm just gonna continue reading one of the sections of this book, which is pretty much, it's titled Descriptive Introduction of the Silent Weapons. So it's basically like explaining, okay, so long story short, the government is at war with the American people, and they're using silent weapons to wage war against us. So this is basically just explaining the silent weapons. So I'm just gonna read this section to you guys. Everything that is expected from an ordinary weapon is expected from a silent weapon by its creators. It shoots situations instead of bullets, propelled by data processing instead of chemical reaction or explosion, originating from bits of data instead of grains of gunpowder, from a computer instead of a gun, operated by a computer programmer instead of a marksman, under the orders of a banking magnate instead of a military general. It makes no obvious explosive noises, causes no obvious physical or mental injuries, and does not obviously interfere with anyone's daily social life. Yet it makes an unmistakable noise, causes unmistakable physical and mental damage, and unmistakably interferes with daily social life. Unmistakable to a trained observer, one who knows what to look for. The public cannot comprehend this weapon, and therefore cannot believe that they are being attacked and subdued by a weapon. The public might instinctively feel that something is wrong, but because of the technical nature of the silent weapon, they cannot express their feelings in a rational way. Sounds a lot like how African Americans feel about the oppression in America. Or handle the problem with intelligence. Therefore, they do not know how to cry for help and do not know how to associate with others to defend themselves against it. When a silent weapon is applied gradually, the public adjusts/adapts to its presence and learns to tolerate its encroachment on their lives until the pressure becomes too great and they crack up. Therefore, the silent weapon is a type of biological warfare. It attacks the vitality, options, and mobility of the individual. Sorry, I'm sick. of the individuals of society by knowing, understanding, manipulating, and attacking their sources of natural and social energy and their physical, mental, and emotional strengths and weaknesses. Now, let me tell you why this pisses me off. This pisses me off because reading this, I think about the struggles that I have as an African American woman who has lived in America, whose bloodline has been in America for generations. And I think about the struggles that I've faced as an African American, and I think about how people have gaslit me and told me that I have a victim mentality about the oppression and the effects of it that I experience as an African American woman. And reading this just really pisses me off because I guess for one, I should be like happy because it's like this is proof that I do not have a victim mentality and that African Americans do not have a victim mentality and that we are actually under attack by the government and they have an entire blueprint on how to oppress us. But I'm trying my best not to be hateful in this video because it just really pisses me off how people gaslight African Americans about the oppression that they go through in this country. Like, it just really annoys me. And I'm not going to say much more than that because I could see myself saying some really mean things. All I'm going to say is that, you know what, I'm going to speak my mind. Based on this information and based on my personal experience as an African American person, if you're someone who has ever talked bad about African Americans, but not the government, if you're someone who has critiqued African Americans for their struggles, but not the government, if you're someone who... And there's one specific person I'm thinking about, and I'm just gonna say it. It's my ex-boyfriend. My ex-boyfriend. Because we literally had this conversation, and, like, I don't know if he realizes this, but once I found out about his point of view on African Americans, like, that's when I stopped liking him. And I didn't really know much about the information in this book at the time, but I knew what my experience is as an African American person and the struggles that my people have gone through in this country as a result of oppression and injustice. And just to be gaslit and told that my people have not come far enough and my people are not doing enough, and just to be like shit on like that and critiqued by someone who just has completely no idea about what it's like to be an African American person. It's just like mind-boggling. It's just like, it just showed me your character. It just shows your character that you are the type of person to look down on someone who's struggling just because they're struggling and just because you don't understand their struggle. And to be honest, if you're someone who has talked bad about African Americans in any way and has judged us in any way, I do believe that you deserve a red wig, a clown nose, a clown suit, and I think that you should go train for the circus. Because I think that that's where you belong. And yeah, so fuck the government, and just please, like, Americans, like, please try your best to not be so ignorant. Like if you guys could just put, like, just a little bit of effort into that. I don't know. I just don't know what else to say. This just makes me, like, really upset because I know how much black people are gaslit about their struggles. That's all I'm gonna say.